Have you ever noticed that the moment you answer a phone call, your voice suddenly becomes sweeter? Or how you're completely carefree with your friends, but instantly become polite and professional in front of your boss? The truth is, all of us carry 3, maybe even 4 different personalities within us. So, does that make us fake? Does that make us hypocrites? People often tell us, just be yourself. But what if I told you being yourself is actually a myth? Today, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating and surprisingly dark concepts in sociology. A concept that might completely change the way you see yourself and the world around you. In 1959, a brilliant sociologist named Erving Goffman published a groundbreaking book called The Presentation of Self in Everyday Life. In it, he introduced a concept known as dramaturgy. His idea was beautifully simple. The whole world is a stage, and all of us are actors. Every morning, we wake up, put on our costumes, and step out to perform our roles. According to Goffman, life has 2 stages, the front stage and the backstage. The front stage is wherever you have an audience, your office, your college, a family gathering, a job interview. This is where you present the best version of yourself. You carefully choose your words, your expressions, and even your appearance. You use props, like keeping your laptop open during a meeting to appear busy, or wearing glasses to look more intellectual. Sociologists call this impression management. In simple words, we're constantly trying to influence how other people perceive us. Then comes the backstage, your bedroom, your private space, the place where you finally remove the mask. There is no audience, no performance, no pressure. This is where you recharge so that tomorrow you can step back onto the front stage again. For Western sociology, Goffman's idea was revolutionary. But here's the fascinating part. Our ancestors had understood something remarkably similar thousands of years ago. In Hindu philosophy, there is the concept of Leela, the divine cosmic play. The entire universe is seen as one grand stage. And perhaps the most beautiful example of this is the idea of avatars. When society needed an ideal king who embodied discipline and righteousness, Lord Vishnu appeared as Lord Rama, calm, composed, and devoted to duty. When injustice crossed every limit, the same divine consciousness appeared as Narasimha, fearless, fierce, and unstoppable. And when the world needed wisdom, diplomacy, and balance, the same divine essence appeared as Lord Krishna, a teacher, strategist, and guide who restored harmony through intelligence rather than force. The essence never changed, only the role changed, only the costume changed. So, if even divine consciousness can express itself through different roles without losing its true nature, why should you feel guilty for behaving differently with your boss than you do with your closest friends? So where does the real problem begin? Why do so many of us constantly feel mentally exhausted today? The answer lies in one small device: our smartphone. Earlier, people performed on the front stage during work and social interactions. Then they returned home to their backstage, where they could finally relax. But today, social media has invaded our backstage. You're lying alone on your bed, yet you're still performing, posting, editing, checking likes, waiting for comments. Even when nobody is physically watching, it feels as though an invisible audience never leaves. Our backstage has slowly transformed into another front stage. We've become so trapped in illusion and impression management that we've forgotten how to take off the costume. and no actor can perform 24 hours a day without eventually burning out. So, what have we learned today? First, you're not fake. You're simply adapting to different social situations, just as different avatars appeared to meet different needs. Second, protect your backstage. Spend a few hours every day where you don't have to impress anyone. No photos, no stories, no audience. Just you, your thoughts, your silence, your authentic self. The next time you meet relatives, colleagues, or strangers, don't feel guilty because you're behaving differently. Instead, remind yourself, this is simply one of my performances, and I'll play this role with awareness and authenticity. If this video changed your perspective even a little, consider subscribing. On this channel, we'll continue decoding the hidden ideas behind society, psychology, philosophy, and culture. And before you leave, tell me in the comments, which front stage in your life is the most exhausting to perform? I'll see you in the next video.